Hello, welcome to our Spanish lesson today. For the lesson today, you're going to be needing something to write on, so a piece of paper or your book, and something to write with, so a pencil or a pen. If you don't have those things in front of you now, just pause the video, pop and fetch them, and press play again when you're ready to continue. Today, we're going to be learning how to tell the time in Spanish. We're going to be starting off with saying the times on the hour. And then we're going to go on to saying the times on the half hour, how to say it's half past something. To start off with, let's have a look at all of the different time words that there are, right from the very smallest amount of time right up to a very long period of time. On the left-hand side, you can see the English words for these lengths of time. All the Spanish words are in the clues on the right-hand side. Pause the video now and see if you can work out which time word goes where. Then press play again when you're ready to find out the answers. Do you think you've worked it out? Let's have a look and see. So, firstly, then, the word for a second. Do you think you found that? The word for second is segundo. And if you look at the bottom there, it says 60 segundos, 60 seconds. And I bet you found the word for a minute. It's minuto, because 60 seconds make 1 minute. Now, do you think you found the word for an hour? Hour is hora, because here it says 60 minutos make una hora. 60 minutes make 1 hour. And what about the word for a day? Day is día, like in buenos días, good day. How about week? Have you found the word for week? It's semana, because here it says 7 días son una semana. 7 days make 1 week. Now, what about the word for a month? Month is mes. And the word for a year? You've seen this one before. A year is año, año, because it says there 12 meses son un año. 12 months make 1 year. And what about the word for a decade? Do you think you found the word for a decade? That's right, it's década. Década. It says 10 años son una década. 10 years make 1 decade. Therefore, what's the word for a century? Century is siglo. 10 décadas son un siglo. 10 decades make 1 century. And finally, what is the word for a millennium? A millennium is milenio. As it says, 10 siglos son un milenio. 10 centuries make 1 millennium. Well done if you got some of those. Let's find out how to tell the time on the hour. Escuchad y repetid. Es la una. Es la una. Son las dos. Son las dos. Son las tres. Son las tres. Son las cuatro. Son las cuatro. Son las cinco. Son las cinco. Son las seis. Son las seis. Son las siete. Son las siete. Son las ocho. Son las ocho. Son las nueve. Son las nueve. Son las 10. Son las 10. Son las 11. Son las 11. Son las 12. Son las 12. Let's try those one more time. Es la una. Son las dos. Son las tres. Son las cuatro. Son las cinco. Son las seis. Son las siete. Son las ocho. Son las nueve. Son las 10. Son las 11. Son las 12. So when we want to say that it's something o'clock, we use son las, which means they are the, and then we put the number, except for if it's 1 o'clock, because 1 o'clock, instead of saying son las, we have to use es la. Do you think you might know why 1 o'clock is different? And also, why do we say una and not uno? Because when we learned to count, we learned uno, dos, tres. Pause the video now and have a think about those two things. Then press play when you're ready to find out the answers. So, we have to say es la una because there's only one of it. It's singular. So we have to say es la una, it is one, but then son las 2 all the way to 12, so they are. And we have to say la una and las dos, las tres, and so on, because we're counting hours. And we found out before that the word for an hour is una hora, which is feminine, which is why we have to say una and not uno. Let's have a practice of some times using this sentence builder. Tell me how to say this in Spanish. How would you say, it is 9 o'clock? Son las 9. How would you say, it is 4 o'clock? Son las 4. What about, it is 10 o'clock? Son las 10. How would you say, it is 5 o'clock? Son las 5. How about, it is 1 o'clock? Be careful. Es la una. It is 11 o'clock. Son las 11. Let's do one more. It is 12 o'clock. Son las 12. Now, there are some numbers in there that quite commonly get mixed up. See if you can match up the times on the left with the written times on the right. Pause the video now and have a go. Press play again when you're ready to check the answers. Are you ready to check? Let's see. So the first one, son las dos, well, dos is 2, so it's 2 o'clock. The second one says son las 10. Well, 10 is 10, so it's 10 o'clock. Following that, it says son las 12. Well, 12 is 12, so it's 12 o'clock because it's quite easy to mix up dos, 10, and 12. The next one says son las 6. What time is that one? That's right, that one is, it's 6 o'clock because 6 is 6. So son las 7 must be, it's 7 o'clock. Remember, don't mix up 6 and 7. Now, here are 6 different times. What I'd like you to do is to pause the video and have a go at writing those times in words. The sentence builder is in the corner to help you out. So pause the video, have a go at writing those, and press play again when you're ready to check. Are you ready to check? Let's have a look. The first clock says it's 4 o'clock. So you need to say son las cuatro. Clock B says it's 9 o'clock. So you need son las nueve. Make sure that cuatro has a CU and nueve has an NU. Clock C says it's 3 o'clock. So we need to say son las tres. And clock D says it's 11 o'clock. So we say son las once. Make sure that once is ONCE. Letter E, we need to be a bit careful with. It says es la una. Make sure you've written es la una. And clock F says it's 12 o'clock. Son las doce. How did you get on? Did you get some of those right? Fantastic. Let's see now how we say that it is half past something. Por favor, escuchad y repetid. Es la 1:30. Es la 1:30. Son las 2:30. Son las 2:30. Son las 3:30. Son las 3:30. Son las 4:30. Son las 4:30. Son las 5:30. Son las 5:30. Son las 6:30. Son las 6:30. Son las 7:30. Son las 7:30. Son las 8:30. Son las 8:30. Son las 9:30. Son las 9:30. Son las 10:30. Son las 10:30. Son las 11:30. Son las 11:30. Son las 12:30. Son las 12:30. Let's try those one more time. Remember that the little hand goes in between two numbers. The number, the hour, the o'clock that it's just left, and then the one that it's heading towards. Let's try them again. Es la 1:30. Son las 2:30. Son las 3:30. Son las 4:30. Son las 5:30. Son las 6:30. Son las 7:30. Son las 8:30. Son las 9:30. Son las 10:30. Son las 11:30. Son las 12:30. So when we want to say that it's half past something in Spanish, we say that it's the o'clock and then we add on to the end y media. So you know that y is and. Does media remind you of any words that you've encountered in maths? Pause the video now and see if you can think of any words you know from maths that are like media and have something to do with half. Press play when you're ready to talk about the answers. So, media is related to the word medium. And if you think about small, medium, and large, medium is the middle one, it's the halfway point. Also, in maths, there is the word median, and the median is the middle number of a set of data. It's not the biggest, it's not the smallest, it's the one in the middle. So we have two words in English, medium and median, that both have something to do with middle or half. And if you think about it, half past is halfway round the clock. It's in the middle of the clock. And that helps us to remember y media. Let's have a practice of some half past times. How would you say in Spanish, it's 10:30? Son las 10:30. How would you say it's 2:30? Son las 2:30. How would you say it's 7:30? Son las 7:30. How would you say it's 1:30? Be careful. Es la 1:30. What about it's 8:30? Son las 8:30. And let's do one more. How would you say it's 4:30? Son las 4:30. So here are some more clocks, but this time they're all set to 8:30 something. So again, pause the video, have a go at writing these times down. You can use the sentence builder in the corner to help you, and press play when you're ready to check the answers. So, are you ready to check? Clock A says 12:30. So we need to say son las 12:30. Clock B says 7:30, which is son las 7:30. Clock C says 1:30. We've got to be careful with that one. Es la 1:30. Es la 1:30. Clock D says 4:30, which is son las 4:30. Clock E says 10:30. Remember that 30 is the same as half past. So 10:30, son las 10:30. And letter F says 5:30. Son las 5:30. How did you get on? Did you get some of those right? Fantastic. To finish with, have a look at the sentence builder that we've just been using, and I'd like you to choose 3 o'clock times and 3 half-past times and write them in English and in Spanish. Your choice. Press pause, have a go at that, and press play when you're ready to continue. So, what times did you choose? I chose son las 2, son las 7, es la 1. Those were my o'clock times. And for the half past, I chose son las 3:30, son las 11:30 and son las 6:30. Well done, you've worked hard today and found out how to tell the time on the hour and on the half hour in Spanish. Hasta luego!